Hello again, and welcome to Reading with Miss Tolliver. Today I will be reading a book that is entitled Marshall the Courthouse Mouse. This book was written and illustrated by Peter W. Barnes and Cheryl Shaw Barnes. Marshall Courthouse Mouse. Hear ye, all rise and draw near. America's mice, with good will and good cheer, are pleased to announce and proud to report the opening term of the Mouse Supreme Court. The court now in session is 9 special mice. They're all very smart and they're all very nice. They're all called justices, and their great contribution is to guard and protect the mouse constitution. The one in the middle with the bars on his sleeve is the Chief Justice, Marshall J. Mouse. We believe all justices are equal, but he is the one who makes sure the work of the court all gets done. This court, the High Court, is the one most renowned, but there are other courts too if you just look around. There are courts in each city and county and town. The mice even have a few courts underground. In all of these courts, a justice is in charge. They sit at a bench, a desk very large. But lawyers and juries can also be there to help judges make every court just a fair. Our laws are the rules that all must obey to be a good person or mouse every day. The law says be careful when riding your bike so you don't end up hitting somebody you like. Another law says that it's not right to steal a book or candy or an automobile. And laws say that everyone must go to school. Don't you agree? That's a wonderful rule. But one group of laws stand above all the others, declared long ago by our national forefathers, who wrote down on paper through long days and nights our grand constitution, a great bill of rights. These documents gave us a promise to all of liberty and freedom. They gave everybody a freedom to vote, the freedom to worship, and also, please note, the right to free speech and the right to decide how to live your own life, how to live it with pride. These rights are so special, we all must respect them. The Supreme Court's job is to preserve and protect them. It does this whenever it chooses to hear a question or case of a law that's unclear. For disputes about laws aren't all that unusual. In fact, some laws can be unconstitutional. Here's an example the Mouse Congress created. It once passed a law that directed and stated the mice could not eat some cheese every day. It was a strict law all mice had to obey. It said that on Sundays they had to eat cheddar, on Mondays whose report, which many liked better. On Tuesday, everyone ate mozzarella, from the smallest mouse girl to the biggest mouse fellow. Each Wednesday, Swiss cheese was on every plate. On Thursday, Parmesan everyone ate. On Fridays, American cheese was supreme, and Saturdays, just Philadelphia cream. But some of these mice had thought all along, this law is confusing and odd and just wrong. Each mouse family should always be able to put any cheese that it wants on its table. But other mice liked the rules, thinking them good. They wanted the cheese law to stay as it should. So one side against it, one side in support. Who decides? Why, of course, the Mouse Supreme Court. According to practice and legal tradition, the process must start with a special petition. that says there's a question so big and involved is something that only High Court can solve. In this case, the justices had to address this difficult question, which went more or less. Does the cheese law deny any mouse, large or small, their constitutional rights? That at all. To make a decision, the justice start with oral arguments from lawyers quite smart. Each lawyer discussed one point of view. The justices listen and ask questions too. But justices need more than that to decide, so they have special helpers called clerks who provide extra research and work. And at the other start of each fall, the Chief Justice meets with the clerks, one and all. I'm sure you all know, the Chief Justice said, how many your work is how much is ahead. But the work may not be as hard as it looks. To help in each case, you should all hit the books. So off to the library they run in a dash. Then into the bookshelves they fly in a flash. There are clerks at each desk. There are clerks in each chair. There are books piled up, books and clerks everywhere. This work can take weeks, sometimes it takes months, while the justices study and meet more than once, in private, in conference, to talk and review, to decide on each case, to decide what to do. In the cheese case, Marshall stood up from the table. Fellow justices, he said, I'm sure you are able to see that this case has a simple solution, for it's plain and clear from our great Constitution that its words and its meaning grant a most basic right that allows any mouse with a good appetite to choose the cheese or she wants for a meal, Swiss, blue, or cheddar, whatever they feel. This means that the cheese law, I'm sure you can see, must be struck down now constitutionally. Here, here, said the others. We consent and agree. And they voted with Marshall unanimously. To give their decision, the justices next wrote down an opinion, their words put in text. And by court tradition, what they had agreed was printed on paper for all mice to read. The justices also hand down their decision, announced from their bench with care and precision. Read aloud by a justice, a great declaration to all who are gathered and the rest of the nation. In this way, this decision is spread far and wide. It proclaims the new rules by which all must abide. Each decision makes sure that we all understand that our great Constitution is the law of the land. And that night, at the tables of mice everywhere, there are all kinds of cheeses to enjoy and to share. Thanks to nine justices who are care and support and protect all our rights at the great Supreme Court. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book, Marshall, the Courthouse Mice. See you next time, reading with Miss Tolliver.